Hey, everybody. I'm Captain Tommy Scoville, and you're on the lifeboat. Probably doesn't look like it, but you're on the lifeboat. I am kicking it at the home office of Spinks Calhoun. So I'm actually I'm on the other side of the glass. Okay? I'm on the, yeah, it's exactly what happens. I'm on the other side of the glass. Can I get a 5x5? Can everybody hear me? Because you never know when I'm somewhere else. What I didn't bring, however, is my glasses. On the bright side, everything is really big here. Uh-oh. Something's wrong. Oh, no, there's a 5x5. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. We're good. Okay, 5x5. Here we go. No, I want to talk about Liz. Bottom line, I want to talk about Liz first because a bunch of you have reached out. If you were live the other night, you saw me bail off of a stream to go talk to Liz because I was worried about her. Liz is a close friend of mine. We bonded about a year ago. It's pretty close to closing in on about a year ago, actually. That 10 months ago, somewhere in there, that that I met Liz, and we have a lot in common, right? We both survived prison, so to speak. We both survived drugs, and she's just a beautiful soul. She really is. So this crap show that's going on currently has gotten a bunch of people to reach out to me, and a couple of different camps, and one of the camps wants me to do this, as a convict, thing, and the people. This is some of the most ridiculous crap I've ever heard, in all honesty. So I wanted to officially go on the record because I've defended people that I like less. So I thought it would be a good idea to come on and tell you what I think. And what it really comes down to is I remember my father is blessed, but if somebody told me they had information about where my dad was, I would throw people off of a bridge to get that information. I would. I don't know that anybody else in the same situation would have done anything different. I don't know that anybody involved could be faulted in this, except maybe the individuals that wanted to take advantage of somebody in that kind of a situation. I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I absolutely understand where she was coming from, where all parties were coming from in this, except, well, that the party that shall not be named, right? Not because of power or any of that, but because they have none. They're irrelevant. I'll be damned if I have any intention of helping them become relevant, even for a brief video. You know what I mean? Honestly, irrelevant human beings. But preying on people is a pretty disgusting thing. I think we can all agree with that, yeah? Well, then it's a crying friggin' shame if we let the people that did that cause division among those of us who, in theory, are all on the same team. And you know what, people? If there is anybody that could be bummed out, I'm probably in the middle of it, right? There's a few videos made that my participation in, and I don't care. So I don't know why anyone else would. Some of you that wrote to me, I don't remember seeing any videos about you guys. They're not smutting you up, right? They're not smutting you up. What are you all bent out of shape about? They were smutting me up. I'm not bent out of shape. What are you bent out of shape about? I don't know. Maybe you're not as close a friend. That could be the case. That could be. I think I do friendship different. I'll be honest. It doesn't always work out, right? But I don't know any other way to do it. How about you? I don't know any other way to do it. You're either someone's friend or you're not. So I don't feel any injury. I don't. None. So for those of you who want to do the kind of passive aggressive thing where you reach out and tell me that you feel like I got victimized, miss me with that crap. With all due respect, miss me with all that. And and for the rest of you who just feel like you were betrayed, I don't know how you were betrayed. For real, I'm at a loss for how any of you were betrayed. And you know what? If you were in the mix of it, Ask yourself, what would I have done in the same situation? And you say, well, I would have been smarter than that. You didn't. I don't know that you would have been smarter than anything. I think you grasp at every single straw that somebody puts out in front of you. The question becomes, what kind of person puts that straw in front of another human being? And if that's not the your walk away from this, then you need to journal more. Okay? All joking aside, if your walk away and your takeaway from this isn't, boy, what a lowlife. Somebody does that to somebody. What kind of human being does that? If that's not your takeaway, journal more. Maybe do less dope. Right? I'm not kidding. I got to question where you're at in life. If there's any other takeaway. It's it's an ugly thing sometimes. If he opens that door, it feels like heaven. You know the incredible thing about this place, right? That this
They're not gonna believe it.
there are no lights on in here.
It's dark.
You think I'm kidding? There are no lights on in here.
It's dark.
It is so dark
There's
I
a
can
small-
barely
there's
see
one right
Johnny.
over there. It's covered with a blanket, like a lace or something.
The kid's doing witchcraft of some kind.
No, it's because of that. It's got to be because of the light off of that. It's just making it magnifying it big time.
It's absolutely remarkable. I wish that I kind of wish that we could just swap out the. I'd like this room. Maybe I just need to get a room and paint it like this. But
Oh, that's
you guys
Yeah.
reminded me of a music video from the '80s, right?
Read what Ann Hummingbird said, because she said she had a special story about she and her daughter who watched the show. And she said that Corey's deaf and autistic. We binge watched the show and she couldn't get enough of it. She didn't need language at all to understand what was going on.
Oh wow,
That's beautiful.
wow,
And thank you for sharing that here.
yeah.
Beautiful.
You know what? Yeah. Okay.
Pretty cool.
What you take away from this? Right? There are channels that you can go to where people are really kind to one another. Right? There are channels you can go to where people are crappy to one another. I don't understand why people go to those channels, but you know what? If that's you, journal more. I promise. That's what it's going to come down to every single time. There's something wrong, and I hate that, right? For anybody, I really do. But there's a lot of hate in this world. I think we need to back off a notch on it. It's my humble opinion. And since honestly, I don't know who else would have been more in the middle of this, right? So if I don't give a crap, I don't understand how any of you have a right to. That's my opinion. And don't freaking look at people and then say in the same breath, I hate them. Because when you look at them in this forum, you're voting for them. I don't understand,
Right.
This should not be hard to get. But no joke, what you're doing is saying, the algorithm doesn't understand that you went there to say, I hate this guy, right? Or anybody else, gal, who's ever doing whatever. But the algorithm doesn't understand that. Don't give it that much credit. All the algorithm sees is that you went and checked it out. If you go there gritting your teeth and talking about how much of a scumbag they are, the algorithm just sees that as you going, hooray. Okay, so leave them alone. You know what they're off saying.
It's automatic engagement.
Yeah, it's engagement. Don't engage. You're bigger and you're better than that. All of you. All of you.
I've had people say, well, I went over, I didn't watch it, I left a comment.
Yeah.
It's still engaging.
It's engaging.
You're still helping the algorithm.
Yeah, don't help. But just as importantly, right? Just as importantly, let's stand with our friends, right? Especially when the issue at hand involves a scumbag as the third party. This ain't rocket science. For real, it's not rocket science. Maybe we go with the people that we know, as opposed to hating the people that we know probably have it coming. Right? Let's support one another. Holy hell, man! Right? What I'm discussing is this: Liz Ferris had talked about leaving the YouTube. And the reason is she had been accused of kind of being a mole of sorts. And Carrie made a video where she said, probably more realistically, she was the person who had been talking to someone who is kind of an enemy of SPTV. I say who it is because, again, the person doesn't get any views, right? So I don't want to help this person get views, but it's just a low life content creator that about 70% of you know who he is, right? But this individual had promised that he could find where her father was and basically deliver her that information. I don't care what, right? I don't care what happens after that point, because it gets back to like that consent thing that we were talking about. If you want to find your father more than anything in the world, right? You and the people that you love will grab that carrot. Now you can say, was it the brightest move in the world? I don't think any of us have a right to talk about what kind of bright or not bright happens when you're in that situation.
Look at that. That's insane.
I'm telling you, the wizardry.
What are you doing with the light? How you have that so bright? I'm telling you, the set we have.
It's remarkable, Calhoun. It really is.
So every surface in here is white. So
That helps.
Reflective, and then all I did was move the camera from here to there.
Yeah, well, it's
Changed everything.
it's bright.
That's all it did.
It really is. When you open that
I
back,
do mess with
we're still live, by the way. But when you open that back door, it looks like something from a music video. It really does. Look.
That was great. I'm glad you did that.
Ooh,
Amazing.
okay, so
I love this place. It's pretty sweet.
right. So let's since we hold ourselves to a slightly higher standard, right? Because we do. We hold ourselves to a slightly higher standard in that honestly, we have a default setting that tends to be kindness as opposed to anything else, right? How about that? Thank you, P. Louise G. For your information, Tommy, I used to get unsubbed all the time. But ever since I clicked on all notifications, I never get unsubscribed anymore. People, check that out, please, because that would be great. We are getting beat up pretty hard with the unsubscribing thing. And some people are saying it has something to do with people who watch on televisions. I got no idea.
It was on my channel too.
Yeah, it happens on everybody's channel. I mean, it's happening to Reese. Everybody that I talk to who's a content creator says the same thing. It's happening to a lot of people. And it's been happening to a lot of people for a long time. And by the way, thank you for the support. I really appreciate that. And I love that you're not getting unsubbed anymore. That's about as cool as it gets. I'll have you know I'm using a mouse. I'm using a mouse, people. Did you hear that? So you may not be very impressed with that.
The telltale click gave it away.
Was it the telltale click?
It was.
Okay. How about that? Yeah. I mean, this is really hard to wrap your brain around, isn't it? Sorry, there we go. Liz has been told by the cult for years that her dad was dead. So if you're unfamiliar with the story. She thought her dad was dead. But in typical cult fashion, when he either walked away or something happened where they went into their we need to find this person mode, and they contact everybody that this person may know. And they accidentally contacted Liz and said, what about this deadbeat debt kind of thing, And this created all kinds of, thank you, Fancy Nancy. This created all kinds of problems, right? All of a sudden, can you imagine that, people? Because I can't. But I can imagine what I would do to get information about where my dad was. I can imagine the things that I would do. And I promise you, I would do things a lot more rank than my friend Liz did or her friend did. I promise you. Yeah. If that was my dad, I'd be breaking people's fingers. I'd be shooting people. So I'm not holding anybody to any, I'm not. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. Doesn't seem like something that anybody that puts a lot of thought into this, right, is going to walk away with anything other than the guy that held that carrot out. It's class act, right? Classy. But you know what? That's the kind of class that will bring in 250 views a day. Right? God bless them. You can always do that DJ thing at strip clubs. Put your hands together. If you don't dig Karen, you're probably gay. Yeah, you've heard him. Yeah. Ever heard this? It's well, he is one of those cats. I'm pretty fond of her myself. Emma says, I absolutely love Liz. Feel bad that she's hurting. I saw what happened and did some digging around after Carrie's stream. Who shall not be named is vile. Well, there's some truth to that, isn't it? Isn't it? Now, I'm sure that he loves that too. The other option is create something. And it's not always easy to do. It's a lot easier to go the other route, right? The lowest common denominator crap is usually the easiest way to go. That's a great comment right here. I don't think anyone can know how they would react in a certain situation unless we've personally been there. And this is why people deserve our grace. I get told I'm a pushover, but I prefer love. You know what? I think that's the default setting to have. But you know what? I was that dirtbag for a really long time. I'm pretty confident what I would do in that situation. And I know it would have been rank. I know that I would have done whatever I had to do. And if that meant hurting people or whatever, that was the person I was for a long time. For real. But doesn't make you a pushover to prefer love. I think it makes you human in a way that we're all seeming to drift away from, right? So my hat's off to you, Miss Midwest Kid Doc. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad all of you are here, to be really honest. Hey, cooking with Grandma, what's happening? Glad you're here. Let's do a little roll call for Grin, shall we? Taekwondo, what's up? Zach Perkins, good to see you. 7th son, Steve-O, what's happening? And Hummingbird, Vegan, Pajama Pixie, what's happening? Hey, Mara. Degraded Daughter, good to see you. Long time no see. Tommy, thank you for being a true, kind friend. I know that your support and friendship has probably meant the world to Liz. She's a good person. She really is, she's just a good person. Hey, it's Chase to Eat. What's happening? Jen Marie, good to see you. Sandy Wendy, what's happening? Davey, good to see you. Glad you're here. Hey, Jody. Who? Jody, you didn't think I was getting a little bit lippy last night, did you? Because I think I read a comment where you said I might have been a little lippy last night. I might have been. I might have come out a little lippy. It was we got off to a tough start, but I'm always that way. Matrix Rabbit, good to see you. Midnight Show, what's happening? Goosebumps, good to see you. Jeremy Fowler. Wasn't Jeremy Fowler the guy that used to hang out with Marlon Perkins? That wasn't Jeremy Fowler? Yeah, Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I think it might have been. I could be wrong, though. Archie's mom, good to see you. We are all fallible. Yeah, there's no question there, right? I believe that we are. We are all fallible. We make mistakes and we learn. Can't blame anybody who makes a mistake under pressure and out of love. I don't know that I want to put another one up there. Wasn't you? Okay. It was whoever said it. It was actually a pretty funny comment, but I know I did come out a little lippy last night. There's something really fun about messing with Reese, though. Don't tell her I said. But she's a lot of fun to mess with. I've been enjoying it now for months. I get a kick out of it. She's such a good sport about it, and she fires back viciously. Normally when I rib people, they don't come back with it as she's tough in really a funny way. She makes me laugh all the time. Doesn't happen too often. I sound much better all of a sudden. I probably got closer to the microphone when I reached down to pick up my beverage. That could be Jim Fowler, right? It was Jim Fowler. From the UK too? All right. Welcome, UK. She is witty. She's quick on her feet. And she doesn't have any problem giving me crap. In private or public for that matter. Yeah, she when we met in Florida, she had a really good time picking on me. Ontario, California. Hello, Karen on. Wow, look at this. Karen loves everybody. I love it. You know what? We got a pretty good crew. Uh-oh. What do you call a bunny with money? A million hair. You know that I believe the rabbit to be my spirit animal. Now, I don't want you to get all freaked out because I'm a cat dude, to be sure. But it's the Alice in Wonderland thing. I have a real tie to the and I'm a kind of a big fan of Thumper too. Do you remember Thumper? Brrr, he did the foot thing. Pretty big fan of Thumper. Just saying. Canada. Yes, I said Canada. I saw that. I knew that it was California. That one I actually caught, I think, before I said that. I didn't say Canada, did I? Because I knew that was California. Just don't be a rabbit in bed. I don't know. Is that a bad thing? I'm not sure that. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. Little Rabbit has always been your the nickname for you. Nice. I think this channel has the nicest people in the chat. Oh, I get so proud when people say that. And you know what? Reese will argue that, but you know, it's the same audience at this point. She said the other day, she's like, I think I have a nicer audience. I was like, we have a different audience? How is our audience different at this point? I think that we have a pretty similar audience at this point, I think. She said, my cousin lives in Ontario, California. We got actually a bunch of people from there. You know, I miss Squirrel. Sadly, Squirrel's at the house, but this is going to sound weird, but Squirrel's in the doghouse. Yeah. Third night in a row that this cat has been like Satan. I don't know what her deal is, man, but she is just absolutely unbelievable at night. You know what I think it is, honestly? It's those things that look like big mosquitoes that actually eat small mosquitoes. Squirrel has developed a taste for them, which is disgusting, I will admit. But they're all over the place this time of year in Arizona, and I think she's looking on the other side of the glass is what's happening. Do you follow what I'm saying? So she looks out the glass window and sees these things and goes nuts, or sees them on the ceiling, but it's really becoming a thing. Like it's absolutely at this point driving me insane. But Chino smells like cows. Now I am going to end up wrapping this thing up, people. We're going to do some family type stuff, which is pretty de rigueur, I think, for this time of year. So yeah, I'm heading right now to go see my sister, and we're bringing I had to pick up the Spankinator along the way.
Spankalicious.
Yeah, I have his aunt also lives in town, so we're doing this family gathering thing that I'm actually kind of fired up about. There's Spanky's going to see a couple of relatives and cousins that he probably hasn't seen in a very long time. But I hope everybody kind of got the memo of what I'm trying to say. If you don't, I don't know. With all due respect, you know, you're either not a particularly kind person, or you're not particularly bright. That's what I'm gonna go with on that one. All right, people. I'm Captain Tommy. You know where the cat is. Thank you all so much for your support, and do me a favor. Why don't you go watch some videos over at Liz's channel? You know what I mean? Show her some love and some views. That has a way of drawing you back, and YouTube is a better place with her on it. It really is. Have a great day. Bye-bye.